11th, 2024. I'd like to make a motion to adopt the agenda as presented.
Second.
Wilmer,
Aye.
Linton,
Aye.
Tice,
Aye.
Parsons,
Aye.
Fagan,
Aye.
Heppenstall,
Aye.
Peterson.
Aye.
I'd like to open the revenue neutral hearing, please.
Okay, sorry.
You're good.
So revenue neutral, went over this last month in our board meeting, but what was sent to the county attorney is what you see. When we sent it, we had a slight adjustment and we resent it. I can't remember what that adjustment was, but it was 0.2 less or something, or 200 less. So we got that squared away, but according to the revenue neutral rate, based on our actual tax rate that was finalized for 23-24 school year, the mill rates for all other funds that are included, which include supplemental fund, capital outlay, and bond and interest, is which we levy funds from. The actual tax rate for 23-24 was 31.918. With the change in assessed valuation, which we had an increase with all other funds, including the supplemental and capital outlay and bond and interest, but the general fund, the assessments went up for those funds, but the general fund went actually down. So if you look at what the neutral tax rate should be, for general, we should actually be at 22.139, but we can't change that. It has to be 20 all the time. So we're losing some mills there, which are not taken into factor because of the change, the drop in assessed valuation. So, but we have to go with 20 for general mills. So what we're really taking, action on, and are here in a bit, is all other funds, which are supplemental, supplemental fund, capital outlay, and bond and interest. So if we were to be neutral with our tax rate, we'd have to have mills at 30.702. What's being recommended tonight is to have 31.887 mills, which is slightly above the revenue neutral rate. As we discussed in the budget information from last month, we have brought our bond and interest mill levy down almost 0.3 from 8.505 to 8.261. We talked about that previously coming into the budget, that our funds are good in the bond and interest to pay that bond off. We have one that was just got paid off, so we're starting to finalize the last bond part of that, and so we're able to with what way that cash has been in that fund, we're able to drop the mills in that. So based on that information, with assessed evaluation, going up for all other funds, I'm recommending that we have a mill rate for the 24-25 school year at 31.887, which is higher than the revenue neutral tax rate.
Higher than the revenue neutral, but still lower than last year's mill levy.
Yeah, when we talk, it is overall less than the mills we had compared to last year for the budget as a whole, but not necessarily revenue neutral low enough, but it is lower than what we had overall compared to last year's budget, mainly with dropping that bond and interest, what we did.
So why do we feel the need to still go above and beyond the revenue neutral rate?
Well, it's a factor of assessed evaluation with that going up for all other funds and taking, that we have full advantage. One other factor that I don't know that I mentioned last month is special education is still not fully funded, even though they put some money into that. We've been around 69% of funding when it's supposed to be around 92%. And with the 75 million that helps towards, it moves us up into the upper 70%, but it's still not near 92%. So districts are required to make up that difference. And with the required transfers that we have to do from LOB into special education, that will help with that, and keeping that where it is based on what's being recommended. So it's really about the assessed evaluation and some other factors that we have for, like special education or just general bills that go up that we have to deal with, property tax insurance, health insurance, and things of that nature. So.
And so we're asking our taxpayers to cover that.
Well, some of it locally, not all of it, but some of it to locally as we go that. But as we talked about with bond and interest, we're dropping that because we are able to make our payments as scheduled, and we have some cash in there that we don't need as much in that fund, and so that's why we've dropped the the bond and interest fund. Want to take comments from the public?
Yeah, I'd like to open it up for any comments. Yes, ma'am.
Shirley Breyer. I'm a little confused about the statement of special education not being funded.
Right.
And the reason I'm confused about that is because the governor keeps touting, our schools are fully funded. Why are you not getting the funding that our governor says you should be getting?
When she says fully funded, I think it's related to that, but special education is separate from that. So we are not being fully funded at the law of 92% and haven't been for several years.
Well, I understand that.
Mhm.
She's making a general tour. The schools are fully funded. That includes special education.
That doesn't include special education. It's based on what is being provided at the base rate of pay that we get for each student that we have. That's being fully funded in that. But special education is not being fully funded.
Then we as the public need to address that with the governor so she doesn't make these statements that the schools are fully funded. And then we as taxpayers, every year, give us more, give us
Sure.
more, give us more.
Understand
We're not
that.
gonna do revenue neutral, give us more. Something ain't going right.
Right, I understand that. Yeah, I mean, I've seen some of her messaging that comes out and special education has been part of that, where it's not fully funded and that she's working to that, which she did get 75 million extra to go to all school districts, and that was divvied up, which helped get towards 92% of the law, but we're not there yet as a district locally. Most districts aren't anyways, fully funded.
That got us to 70%?
It's just above 75%. Yeah, so it did help with us and as we go, towards our assessments for Three Lakes, but it's not near 92%. So that's what I can tell you about that.
Okay, my next question is, since assessments went up 4% across the board, which means property taxes are going up 4% across the board because they never go down. Why can't you maintain revenue neutral with the 4% increase across the board that you're getting from the taxpayers?
I mean, I can answer that, but our bills go up too, ma'am, that we have, our electric bills are going up 5 to 10%, depending on an Evergy trial that's going on right now. It could be up as high as 10% increase. Our property insurance went up 5%. Our health insurance went up 4%. We have all those factors, just general cost, fuel, things that go on. So we need to be prepared for those. We had 4 HVAC units that we had to replace that were $12,000 a pop. And so our capital outlay needs those funds to help make sure we have that so we can keep in a nice learning environment. We have units that are ready to be replaced that are at the end of life. Big, large units, we replaced ones with ESSER funds that weren't taxpayer dollars, but we used the ESSER funds to do that. That's over $250,000 that we had to replace one. We still have 2 more we need to replace because of end of life. So we have all these expenditures that we need to do, and yes, we're not being revenue neutral, but we don't feel like we're asking a lot in our mill levies for our local patrons, which is excessive in my opinion. So, but we do have a lot of bills and expenses.
Your taxpayers do too.
Sure, understand.
And they didn't get payroll increases of 4%. Social Security didn't go up 4%. So you're asking your tax base to cover what you can't manage.
Well, we need assistance with that, yes.
I mean,
And I think Shannon Addington, I think what she's really getting to the point is, we have to look at, we're in a generation where parents aren't raising their children. It's the grandparents that are raising their children. And we have to realize, what is the income of these grandparents? We have a large community of elderly people that mom and dad may be off somewhere else working and, doing things that they have to do. And yeah, they're giving assistance to mom and dad, but they're not paying their taxes. They're not paying the food bills. We all know food's gone up, but the farmer's not getting the money for that. I can tell you right now, I can't sell a live beef for $5.50 a pound, but I go to the supermarket and buy crap hamburger for $7 a pound, So we just ask that you take into consideration the community that you have and the families that you have and the students that you have in your schools and who is actually footing their bill for being taken care of. Yes, you can provide them meals, breakfast and lunch, but is grandma and grandpa able to start that dinner? Or are they getting Happy Meals that we all know are not nutritious? Or are they getting good nutrition meals because they can afford it? If they can't afford, I hear it all day long on the radio. Child abuse just isn't about somebody beating the snot out of their kid. It's also, how are they raised? Are they being properly fed? Are they being nurtured? Because they don't have the stress of paying taxes. They don't have the stress of, am I gonna be able to make that electric bill? Am I gonna be able to get you the top meal that you need so that you could be successful in school and be successful in life? And so we just ask that you take into considerations the families that you could be jeopardizing, because those that are on Social Security know they didn't get an increase and their Medicaid's going up and their Plan B's going up. And now they're taking care of the children that you all teach, that we all see in our communities. I'm fortunate enough to have a good job and be able to provide for my family. But there's a lot of people who aren't. So, and I understand, like, I just ran my numbers from last year and this year, and I understand that there is going to be a $59 decrease in my taxes. However, like I said, I have a really good job. I am not so concerned about it as to where somebody who's on Social Security and maybe providing for a full family. So in your judgment, please understand that, there are families out there that aren't as fortunate.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments?
You need to read that resolution. It's provided.
Just the KSA part?
Yeah, just
Or start at the
yeah.
top? All right. A resolution expressing the property taxation policy of USD420 Osage City Schools with respect to exceeding the revenue neutral tax rate for financing the annual budget for 2024 and 2025. KSA 79-2988 provides that a levy of property taxes to finance the 2024-2025 budget of USD420 exceeds the revenue neutral tax rate to finance the 2024-2025 budget of USD420 be authorized by a resolution. Now, therefore, be it resolved by USD420 that the 2024-2025 budget with a levy of property taxes exceeding the revenue neutral tax rate calculated for 2023-2024 as adjusted pursuant to KSA 792988 is hereby adopted.
Just go read that last.
And adopted this 11th day of September 2024 by USD420 Osage County, Kansas.
So we need a motion to adopt the resolution.
So moved.
Who was the second from? Fagan?
Aye.
Tice?
Nay.
Peterson?
Aye.
Heppenstall?
Aye.
Linton?
Aye.
Lohmeyer?
Aye.
Parsons?
Aye.
6-1, pass.
I move that we adjourn the revenue neutral rate hearing.
Second.
Is that you, Cory?
Yes.
Parsons?
Aye.
Heppenstall.
Aye.
Peterson.
Aye.
Tice.
Aye.
Fagan. Linton.
Aye.
Lohmeyer.
I'd like to make a motion to open the USD 420, 2024, 2025 budget hearing.
Second.
Fagan.
Aye.
Tice.
Aye.
Peterson.
Aye.
Heppenstall.
Aye.
Linton.
Aye.
Lohmeyer.
Aye.
Parsons.
All right.
So the Code 99 pretty much breaks down what we went over last month for you. And we've had several conversations with the revenue neutral part of that, where the mill levies are at. If you look at all, right now, overall budget expenditures are considered less. If you look on the second page and towards that top part where it talks about total taxes levied, expenditures are right now budgeted at less compared to the last year. So we are, again, with our bonded interest, we're able to free up some mills there for the community, but we're able to make our payments, and should, as we monitor that, we look to maybe pay that off early depending on how things go down the road, so we can look at other options or get that off the books, but we're in a good place for that. So any questions in general about the budget when it was presented last month? Good.
Other questions?
Just comments now.
I'd like to open up for comments. Anyone else in the room? For the budget?
Just close the hearing. You got a comment?
If there's no comments, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the 2024, 2025 budget hearing.
Second.
Tice.
Aye.
Lohmeyer.
Aye.
Parsons.
Aye.
Linton.
Aye.
Heppenstall.
Aye.
Peterson.
Aye.
Fagan.
All right. Now we're going to move into the regular board meeting of September 11th, 2024. Start off with delegation.
No, none.
All right. So consent agenda. Do we have any correspondence or anything?
We had a few. I left them on my desk, just thanking the board for the meal at the beginning of the school year. Appreciate the support that they had. I think I had 3 cards in that. I forgot to grab those though. Brandon DeLang, I think the high school and the elementary buildings both submitted thank yous for the board for providing that meal at the beginning of the school year, which is always appreciated. So
Great. Was there any questions on the treasurer's report? And then petty cash, any questions with what we're reimbursing there? No? All right. I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from the board meeting of August 10th, 2024, to approve the treasurer's report of August 31st, 2024, to reimburse petty cash in the amount for the elementary school of $35.12, to reimburse the middle school in $21, and then approve the payment of the bills to be allowed in the amount of $306,543.18 for September 11th, 2024, and the August 2024 payroll in the amount of $95,883.07.
Second.
Parsons.
Aye.
Heppenstall.
Aye.
Peterson.
Aye.
Tice.
Aye.
Fagan.
Aye.
Linton.
Aye.
Lohmeyer.
Aye.
All right, no old business.
No.
What was that percentage?
31.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion, well, do we want to talk about the local option budget percentage resolution at all?
just so we're keeping it at 31% with no increase in that. And again, it's just percentage of the LOB that comes out. We just have a resolution that's before you in your notes that you'll be adopting to say we'll keep it at 31%.
I need to find that resolution real quick. It's not this one, right?
I think it's down. Scroll down. Yeah, right there it is.
Where is that 31%? That's a total?
Yeah.
31.887?
No, that's mills. It's just 31% of the LOB that, from the state. So it should, I think it's in that second line of the resolution and say it
It is.
at 31%. So that's what we've had it at for a few years now, I think. Motion to adopt.
Yep. Do I need to read the whole thing?
I don't know that you do, just say
Okay.
as presented.
All right. I'd like to make a motion to approve the local option budget percentage of 31% as presented.
Second.
Peterson.
Aye.
Parsons.
Aye.
Millmeyer.
Aye.
Heppenstall.
Aye.
Tice.
Aye.
Fagan.
Aye.
Litton.
Aye.
All right. So the 2024-2025 budget, we just had the budget hearing. Are there any questions before we make a motion on that? No. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the 2024-2025 budget as presented.
Second.
Millmeyer.
Aye.
Litton.
Aye.
Tice.
Aye.
Parsons.
Aye.
Fagan.
Aye.
Heppenstall.
Aye.
Peterson.
Aye.
All right. Emergency operations plan.
So, no major updates to the plan. As you see there, you provided the full version of the emergency operations plan for your, to do that with we've made sure we've updated staff as best we have in there. It's kind of a fluid document. But there's no major updates. We did add transportation crisis last year, if you remember that, as part of your emergency operations plan. So that was an addition in the middle of the year that we provided. The quick guide is just that, is what we'll provide to the classrooms and part of their emergency kits with names and buddy teachers, and the principals have updated those in that. So there's no major changes to the overall plan. I just like for the board to take action on this every year. Our new SRO is here, Dina Daughtry is here. If you want to get up and introduce yourself, Dina.
Hello.
So Dina comes, she's been in Santa Fe Trail for 2.5 years, was it?
A little over a year.
Then over a year, so she comes as an SRO there, so, so she's, getting her legs under, getting to understand, how we do things. Been a lot of compliments about her visibility, being around, seeing her, checking doors and doing that. We appreciate that in the morning, and being visible makes a huge deal. So, anything to add about things so far? Or?
Unless you guys have a question for me.
Yeah, I don't know if you have anything, but.
Just kind of an update on the money that we spent for security. Is everything working is everything working good? We have no complaints?
I wouldn't say, we have some glitches with some doors and things we're working through. We're looking to add a few more doors for key cards in the interior, so we're getting some quotes on that. But we're having some issues with that as it relates to some of the I don't know if it's normal stuff, but like the middle bar will come out of that 17 and it doesn't work sometimes, so we got to make sure we get it connected just right. But we have a few hiccups here and there that we're working through as they come up. So.
Okay.
This emergency operations, this quick guide.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got to get that. I'll get those two updated.
Okay.
That's why I highlighted them. Make sure I did it. So.
Okay. Just want to make sure we were all tracking that.
But that quick guide was just what goes in the emergency kit, so to do that. So.
So just a question on adding some doors and key cards. How far are we away from getting everything taken care of?
I think that's what
in a perfect world, where would we, how many more are we looking at to?
Just 3 is what based on the feedback we have, and just for some interior doors to have access to the interior part of the buildings at night or something when they locked, or early morning when they're not open. So that will help with that. I think the next thing, and that's not necessarily security, but is accessible doors that automatically open. We need to really consider looking into that down the road. for wheelchair access and things of that nature. We have an entry, but we don't have automatic doors at our entrances, so something like that. It's not necessarily security, but things the board will need to consider down the road. But I don't know of any other additional type key cards unless anything, Dina, that you've come across.
Has there ever been talk about adding any type of metal detectors or additional SRO or anything security wise, just to make sure we're good?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know that metal detectors have been talked about at this district. I mean, others.
Years ago, but
Yeah.
it wasn't feasible at the time. And
Yeah.
It wasn't feasible, but did they think that it'd be helpful, useful?
I don't remember the discussion. It was long enough ago. I really don't remember.
We have a lot of supervision at the doors in the mornings to kind of just be visible and things, and whether it's at each elementary entrance, there's teachers standing there, so they're on alert to keep an eye on things. I don't know that you guys might. I don't know that there's a need right now for the metal detectors to do that. An additional SRO. I don't know that this time it would be. If we had a lot of things going on, that might be something that the board could consider, but I don't, based on our system and the way we have it set up, and the principals do a good job making sure supervision, Dina's checking doors, they're very aware of security, our staff is, and I think we're good right now, so.
Does the key card access alert if a door is left ajar?
Yeah, so there's a notification that'll go out, so it's DPS, it's called DPOS or something, so if it's open for so long, then alerts will go
Or
out.
somebody puts like a mat in there to kind of
Right.
open it a little bit.
So does that go to SRO and you, and then the building principal, or?
It goes to the SRO for sure that I know about. That's something I'll have to double check because I haven't been getting those if we had any, so I'll check on those.
Admin, have you received anything, any alerts yet?
I have not.
I'll check on that. So again, no major updates to the EOP. We talk about it at the beginning of the year, make sure we're good and have a plan, and we'll do some drills. We'll have our normal fire and tornado. We'll look at crisis drills as we go through that, what that looks like as Dina gets to know the system, and have her help us lead those, and just making sure we're, just in case our kids have somewhat of an idea of what to do in case of emergency, depending on what that looks like and what that is. So, but it's always at the forefront of our conversations, and safety and security of our students and staff, so.
Any other questions? Pending some updates in the quick guide. I'd like to make a motion to adopt the emergency operations plan for the 2024-2025 school year.
Second.
Clinton.
Aye.
Peterson.
Aye.
Heppenstall.
Aye.
Lilmeyer.
Aye.
Parsons.
Aye.
Fagan.
Aye.
Tice.
I thought I copied that over to from the other.
That's all right. It's all good. All right, school members school board members, as substitute bus drivers.
So, we're not in a crisis, but we're in a shortage of bus drivers. And in 2023, legislators passed a law that school board members could be paid through the school for services. And my understanding at first of this law was it'd be paid as school board members only. But from conversations that have come up, we found that it could be more than just being school board members. You could get paid to do that. That the ability to work in positions, if there's not necessarily a need or not, but KSDE says you can do that and have them in those positions and pay them to do that. KSB does not recommend it for supervision issues. It just kind of gets in a bind with, me as a superintendent supervising different positions that we would have that are getting paid and to go, because it could really create some conflicts that you look at that. But in the situation that we're in currently with losing a driver and losing a sub driver and just down a little bit, and a lot of teachers driving that are not always available, I'd like to recommend that the district allows school board members who have the certifications to be a bus driver with CDL, have their defensive driving and their CPR first aid, and they have their health certificate up to date, that we use them, but it would be, I wouldn't say emergency, but if we, like the other day, we had 4 activities on one day, and we could have used some help and drive. Tomorrow, we have some of that going on because of the timing of things. In the spring, we know it's rough, and Jim has that in that. He's been driving for us before. He just wants to help out. I understand that, but we just kind of, but I know one district that does it, and they've not have issues. They have a couple positions that they use, and one is bus driving, and it has not been an issue for them. But I wanted to bring it to the floor and open it up, and have a discussion about that, and see what your guys' thoughts are on hiring school board members to.
Can we limit it to a specific position and say?
That's my recommendation
Make a motion
tonight.
to limit it to a substitute or a bus driver
That's my recommendation is
for this year only.
substitute. We can look at it
Do it
that.
again next year, we evaluate and we can come back and redo it. Not just make it something perpetual, but
Yeah.
give us the opportunity to revisit it.
That's my recommendation. I didn't put the year stamp on it, but just specifically for substitute bus driving as needed. Not to fill a full-time position or anything like that, just as a substitute is my recommendation.
I don't want a full-time job.
Yeah, well, but just to,
And it doesn't make a hell of a difference to me whether you pass it or not. I just want to be there when you guys need help.
Yeah, so he's helped out on a couple of just volunteer trips and which we appreciate him doing that, but there's just gonna be some times somebody gets sick or, one of them had to have surgery on her arm, and so we kind of got it covered, but it just puts it tight, and we appreciate our teachers doing that, but their number one priority is teaching. Our building principals can, Tim and Natasha can do it, but, we want them in the buildings and not driving buses, but they're willing to help out. But if we had someone that's available, it'd just be nice to have that option for us, because we know Jim wants to help and he's got what he needs to do that, so.
I ain't staying home watching guns smoke.
And he can't really technically volunteer
Right.
to do that.
Yeah,
It has to be paid.
if it's a identified paid position, like substitute teaching, like substitute bus driver, we have to pay them. Even coaching, they couldn't do that because we have a paid position in that, you couldn't volunteer for that as a board member. But if we identify the specific position, like I'm recommending tonight, then they could fill that position.
And just to be clear, it's not just limited to Jim.
Right, yeah, any board member
If
that's,
you want to drive buses,
yeah.
Todd.
I'm gonna go get a CDL. I'm
You
good.
probably have a CDL.
No, sir, no. Howard does, he can drive buses.
I don't know about that one, but.
I can train you to do it.
Yeah.
So I hope I can do it.
Yeah.
But this also is a call to action for our community. Hey, we need bus drivers. So if anyone is out there that wants to be a bus driver, please have them come in and talk to Mr. Hassong about
Yeah,
it.
we can help with the getting ready for the tests and put him in and hook him up with that and all the things that do that, and the district will help with that. But we are looking for a full-time route driver still.
So if we were to approve this, we would still keep the posting open?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
But those are just Jim would just be a heavy flow day. We got a lot of activities going on, or again, somebody gets sick and we say, hey, can you come cover that? Or, because we
But
just.
again, that's, you're saying Jim, but that's.
Yeah, excuse me, in that specific.
Any board member.
Yeah, but yeah, no, we'll keep the position open for sure.
Any other questions, concerns, thoughts? I'd like to make a motion to allow school board members as substitute bus drivers for the 2024-2025 school year.
Second.
Who wants it?
I got it. Beat him.
Linton,
Aye.
Peterson,
Aye.
Eppenstall,
Aye.
Lowmeyer,
Aye.
Parsons,
Aye.
Fagan,
Aye.
Tice.
All right, Three Lakes report.
Just this last Monday, we went over to Burlingame this time to tour the new Frameworks building.
Nice.
And they've got a little work to do, but it's come around pretty good shape. I never went into the one over Santa Fe Trail, but I know from the outside it was pretty small, and this is night and day difference, so. Got kitchens, and they've got, it's the old Allen County, of course. So, new frameworks building is gonna work wonders for those guys. October 3rd, the new minibus, I think is the one you guys were talking about earlier in the year. Supposed to arrive. Keep their fingers crossed that it shows up to be able to use it. And then they currently have 4 openings. 3 of them are pairs across the districts. Three of them are pairs. There's one certified that they're needing. And but they compared to 12 or more, they said from this time last year, and they think that the pay increase that the pair that they got across the board is making a big difference in retaining help over there. So the pay increases are helping out a lot. And other than that, we just approved a few contracts for some nurses and some substitute teachers and things like that. So pretty quiet meeting, actually.
Thank you, sir.
On the school, or on you guys, what are we short here?
At the high school, we're good,
Good.
except for a social worker.
I don't think any more in Osage.
Yeah, we still have social worker that's being filled by our school psychologists, and that position's open for our district.
Parents as teachers now.
Yeah, but that's not 3 Lakes, but.
District.
I probably am gonna be short one para due to some people that we have coming into our district, but 3 Lakes is aware of that. It just happened.
Tim, you're good. Just rock steady over there. Good to hear.
Excuse me, there is a principals meeting on 9/25 that they asked me to remind you guys about.
That's on the calendar.
Especially Tim.
I'm there.
All right, with that being said, building reports. Everyone have a chance to read through the building reports. Everything's looking really good.
It's hard to believe we're already this far into the year.
What's that?
It's hard to believe we're already
Yeah.
this far into the year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Feel right.
Enrollment numbers are due soon to the state.
Yeah, September 20th, so.
Any questions on the building reports? If not, move on to the superintendent report.
So I shared the enrollment numbers with you based on today. You can see we're up compared to the last month in August, up 9 kids. So we've had, like Dina mentioned, we had some kids move in. So continuing to monitor that. Our count date is September 20th. So Patty and Carrie went to, what was the kids?
Counting kids.
Yeah, the counting kids meeting to make sure we're gonna be in compliance for that. We share that with the others, so, but we'll do take those numbers for the September 20th enrollment. And that's what our budget will be based on, are those numbers, so up a few kids compared to last month, so.
What's the current number, Ted? I downloaded, documented it, I don't know the date.
689,
Okay, thank you.
Pre-K through 12.
pre-K through 12.
Got you, thank you.
Is that, how many of them's exceeded our limit that we put, do you know, on class-wise? That we set?
I don't know that, Tyler.
Second grade looks pretty big.
Yeah, we'll have to set those numbers again for the next year. I mean, we do those every year,
Yeah.
the capacity numbers,
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
I haven't really looked at that, to be honest with you, so.
We don't have any where we have over 20 in a class.
Yeah, but based on the numbers that we set, but yeah, I'll have to look at that.
We're close.
But like I said, you guys will reset those every year. You can
Okay.
reevaluate those, and if we need to
Alright.
move them a little bit based on enrollment, then we can do that, so. All right, early childhood update. So we had our town hall at the end of August. Had good numbers, mostly committee members, but maybe 10 or so community members, if that. Thought it went well. Just the introduction of what compilation of where we were at in the draft. The architects will be here next month to present to the board what they've come up with, all the processes they've gone through to have the discussion, and basically the board will be tasked on what direction we want to go based on that information that's provided with you. So they have a meeting. Architects are meeting again on Friday. We have some concerns about preschool room sizes that we're reevaluating within that, just compared to what we have now. So I spoke with Bobby today. I did that today, but on my way back. But she'll be looking at that and things of that nature. But don't anticipate a lot of changes. But a lot of good feedback has been presented to the architects from our committees, as well as the community, and just some conversations. So, but we'll just bring it to the board, and then we'll just kind of see where we're going to go, what direction, how that's going to go, and not sure, but it'll be worth the conversation to have for our community and our district. So, sorry.
No, good.
Fund accounting system. So we are transitioning to a fund accounting system. The one we currently use is not going to be obsolete. They no longer support it. So we're transitioning to Software Unlimited. Patty and Pam will be in training in October, late October, 22nd, 23rd, 20-some of those days. There's different trainings on those days. I'll participate in the Wednesday training, which is General Ledger, just to get familiar with it. I've used this fund accounting system in my previous position, so I have some familiarity with it, not on their end, but as an administrator, so I'll be able to assist with that. But we'll go to that training, and we will transition to go live November 1st is the plan. That's how they've been doing it with districts. You get the training at the end of the month, and you go live. When we transition, we will not keep historical data it will not be available in the new system. We'll be able to access it anytime in the old system, but all that's going to transfer in balances is all that's going to transfer in, and personnel and things of that nature will come in. But as it relates to, something purchased in 2009, we're not going to have access to that, but we will be able to access it through the
archives.
Yeah, host on. We'll keep it here and be able to do that. So we've been hearing good things. Transitions have been getting better. Several districts have moving to Software Unlimited. So it's kind of started in January, and so they've kind of worked out the kinks in some of those. We know there'll be things because each district's different, and we can anticipate that. But from what we understand, the support's been really good, and they listen and help us work through those things. So it'll be a little trying time for transition, but learning something new. But I think we'll get through it, and then we'll train the office staff on how to use it. Purchase orders, things of that nature, and either we'll do it locally or we'll have somebody do that through tutorials or different ways for our building people to do that. But plan on November 1st, we'll be making that transition over to Software Unlimited.
Is there going to be any delays in pay?
Should not be. Yeah, it should not be.
Okay.
So it might be a little.
I might have a lot of overtime, but
Yeah.
I'll get paid.
Yeah, might have a lot of gray hairs coming out of there too. But yeah, no plans and delaying
Payment of bills,
Yeah,
all that stuff.
yeah.
It's all good to go.
Yeah. KISA updates, that's our accreditation process. So on Tuesday, we met with our KSDE executive that they've assigned to districts. All districts have a KSDE executive now, and then the KISA 2.0. So we met with her, the admin team, and a few of the district leadership teams. We didn't invite everybody because we didn't have to get subs for everybody. It was just kind of a check-in. So according to her, we are in a great place for what we've done in August and then things with our surveys to be ready for our school improvement day, which is October 11th. Members of the district leadership team will go to Greenbush North and Lawrence on that day, and there'll be 3 other school districts there, and it's just a time to really, our district leadership team, to evaluate what we're doing locally, without distractions, but also hear what other districts are doing that we might be able to, learn from or things of that nature through KSDE's guidance during that time. The main thing that we'll be wanting to come out of that school improvement day is creating an action plan for the district. We have a lot of action plan items, but we really need to narrow that down to pick a couple based on, board goals, based on state outcomes, based on, building goals that they've created. And we don't want a bunch of rabbits we're chasing, but we need to narrow it down to really help us moving forward. But according to Jean Rush, who's our executive, she feels like we're in a great place. We're doing some things that she hasn't seen at other districts to put us ahead of the game, which was good to hear. But it's really we'll really be, I think, spending that day of building our action plan and ready to move forward. And it's a year. We'll have to create targets for now, 6 months and a year, and where we need to be, and our accreditation will be based on that, but also state assessment results for ELA and math. high school graduation, our post-secondary success will be the main factors that they'll be looking at for accreditation. So we're on top of that as a group. They're addressing those things. So I anticipate us to be fully accredited at the end of this year. It's really just a report, and the next 2 years will just be a report. But in the third year, it'll be an evaluation from KSDE, and not sure what that's going to look like, but we have a couple years to get everything lined out to be ready for that third year for evaluation from the ARC, Accreditation Review Councils. So we're in a good place when it comes to accreditation, I can just say that. So, but October 11th is our next school improvement day that we'll participate in with the district leadership team. Today, Dina and I went to the Washburn University Career Fair. Dina set that up, just kind of getting our name out there. We've met several kids today, good potentials, a lot of music majors there were, but we saw, but some elementary. Dina provided mock interviews for a couple of them, which was nice of her to do that. It wasn't just the old teacher interview day. They don't have enough candidates to do that. So they just encourage you to come to this career fair, and there was a few other districts there along with us, but PJ was there with his group and all kinds of different businesses. And we had a kind of a prime spot right by the entryway as for the school district, but saw a lot of good kids, and I appreciate Dina taking the initiative to get this out there. And we want to be on the map for Washburn, is just like we are with Emporia, with interns and things of that nature. And so we've made some good connections there today, but I appreciate her doing that. And it was a good day. So
Good.
And then lastly, just facilities update. Locker rooms are almost finally done. Almost. We have some lights that need to be moved, waiting on an electrician to come do that, to fit those in. Dan and Jeff have spent the last couple of days getting it clean, so we've opened those back up. Coach Ford's back in I think he was today. I was gone most of the day, so I don't know if they got it in, but they're moving his desk back in there, so.
They did get it in there.
Okay, good. So, so we should be good to go on those. Just again, a few things, but we won't pay the bill until all those things are done. So, but that's nice to have that off the plate and working towards that. So some other items we're looking at is, again, the dust collector, putting out that request for proposals for installation. I got an updated quote for the unit that we're looking at. Nothing changed on that quote, so it's nice to hear that. But when we got an initial quote for installation, it was really high, so we're going a different route to see with that, and part of that will be an air compressor in the shop because it'll need to be part of that dust collector unit, so we'll bring that to you at some point. Looking at auditorium updates, mainly lighting right now. We have some issues in there, so we're working through that. Again, some talking about the door key card entries and things of that nature. And then
Drawing a blank on the other thing. I don't remember.
Cafeteria floors.
yeah, that's part of that, but we're not near ready to do that. But the UTV, we're looking to replace that too, so still waiting on a couple quotes for that. That's kind of on its last leg.
Still looking in for the vape detectors.
Yeah, so I haven't talked to Luke. I need to do that. See where we're at with that. I know they got notifications today, so, but there's some things that need to be changed.
What'd you say, Todd?
Vape detecting.
Yeah, so,
Where would that be?
Bathrooms. There's several of them.
Locker
yeah, locker rooms, yeah.
Film for Natasha's window, principal's windows.
Yeah, so that security window, the film, just I have a quote for that, so I need to reach out for that. So looking at the entryways and some in the high school office and different places to kind of liven up those windows, but also provide some protection from seeing in. So I got to get up on that too. So
Could we take the visit to the locker room in October
sure.
to see the
Finished product.
finished product,
Sure.
since we saw it kind of in?
Yeah.
They are nice.
Have students seen them?
Maybe some of them. I know that they were kind of in and out today because they're eager to get into them. I know some of the girls were a little bit frustrated that the mirrors were not replaced.
Oh.
So,
And we're working. The shower stalls did not come with shower curtain dividers, so we're looking into getting those. I thought the picture that I saw that was part of that, so we're going to work on that to get those. But I had not heard about the mirrors. So.
yes, they were talking about pooling their money together to get better mirrors.
Well, I'll see what I can do for them. So.
Big fancy makeup mirrors is what they probably wanted.
Lights.
Yeah, big lights.
Yeah. All that.
Uh-huh.
I'll look into
into that. So, yeah, that's all I
The
have.
boys haven't said anything.
Oh,
Really? Do they even have mirrors in there?
I don't even know what they do.
Alright, fantastic. Any other questions regarding facilities? Or superintendent report at all? No? I move that we go into executive session to discuss classified and supplemental positions pursuant to the non-elected personnel, exception under coma. The open meeting will resume in the boardroom at 8 o'clock. The board invites Mr. Hassan to attend.
Second.
Tice.
Aye.
Lowmeyer.
Aye.
Parsons.
Aye.
Clinton.
Aye.
Heppenstall.
Aye.
Peterson.
Aye.
Fagan.
Aye.
All right, we are back in open session. I would like to approve the recommendations of Dallas Holloway as head wrestling coach, Shanna Smith as assistant high school volleyball coach, and Esther Mazza as evening custodian.
Second.
Lohmeyer,
Aye.
Linton,
Aye.
Tice,
Aye.
Parsons,
Aye.
Fagan,
Aye.
Heppenstall,
Aye.
Peterson.
Aye.
All right, I move that we go into executive session to discuss negotiation topics pursuant to the exception of employer-employer negotiations under COMA. The open meeting will resume here in the library at 8:35 with the superintendent present, please.
Second.
Heppenstall,
Aye.
Fagan,
Aye.
Linton,
Aye.
Peterson.
Aye.
Lohmeyer,
Aye.
Tice, Parsons.
Aye.
All right, we are back in open session. I'd like to make a motion to approve the classified schedule as presented. Classified raises of 75 cents per hour, admin raises of 5% on the base, and certified staff as negotiated.
Second,
I'm sorry, who seconded that?
I did.
Thank you.
It's part of the negotiation.
Peterson,
Aye.
Parsons,
Aye.
Lohmeyer,
Aye.
Heppenstall,
Aye.
Tice,
Hi.
Fagan,
Aye.
Clinton.
Aye.
I make a motion to adjourn.